To operating system class. Today we will learn about threads. Now, first of all, we will learn the definition of thread. A thread is a path of execution within a process. We can say that a thread is a process of execution with its own program counter that keep tracks of which instruction to execute next. System registers which hold its current working variable, and a stack which contains the execution history. Each thread represents a separate flow of control. We can say that actually there are two types of thread. One is single thread and another is multi-threaded. So single threaded process contains the execution of instruction in a single sequence. In other words, one command is processed at a time. So this is the concept of thread. A thread is once again I'm explaining a little more since it is a new concept for you all. A thread is a basic unit of CPU utilization. It comprises a thread ID, a program counter, register set, and a stack. Also, a thread it shares with other threads belonging to the same process its code section, data section, and other operating system resources such as open files and signals. A traditional or heavyweight, which we term as heavyweight process, has a single thread of control. If a process has multiple thread of control, it can perform more than one task at a time. Now we must learn the definition or the types single threaded and multi-threaded process. Single threaded process contains the execution of instruction in a single sequence. Multi-threaded process allows the execution of multiple parts of a program at the same time. These are lightweight processes available within the process. This is the diagram of single threaded and multiple threaded process. Let's learn something more about multi-threading. A thread is, as I have said just now, a thread is also known as lightweight process. The idea is to achieve parallelism by dividing a process into multiple threads. For example, in a browser, multiple tabs can be different threads. MS Word uses multiple threads. One thread to format the text, another thread to process input, etc. More advantages, there are several advantages of multi-threading. Now it is also important to learn what is the difference of process and thread, how a process is different from a thread, since process is also having its own ID, just like thread. The primary difference is that threads within the same process run in a shared memory space, while processes run in separate memory space. This is the primary difference. Threads are not important of one another like processes are, and as a result, threads share with other threads their code section, data section, and OS resources. What are OS resources? Like open files and signals. But like process, a thread has its own program counter, register set, and stack space. Now we should also learn what is the advantages of a thread over a process. First advantage is responsiveness. If the process is divided into multiple threads, if one thread completes its execution, then its output can be immediately returned. That is, it is highly responsive. Second is faster context switch. Context switch time between threads is lower compared to process context switch. Process context switching requires more overhead from the CPU. Third is effective utilization of multiprocessor system. If we have multiple threads in a single process, then we can schedule multiple threads on multiple processor. This will make process execution faster. Next one is resource sharing. Resources like code, data, and files can be shared among all threads within a process. But it is important to know that stack and register can't be shared among the threads. Each thread has its own stack and registers. It is very important to remember or keep this in mind. Although resource sharing occurs between thread, but still they don't share their own stacks and registers. Next is communication. Communication between multiple thread is easier as the thread shares common address space. While in process, we have to follow some specific communication technique for communication between two processes. Then enhance throughput of the system. If a process is divided into multiple threads and each thread function is considered as one job, then the number of jobs completed per unit of time is increased, thus increasing the throughput of the program. Now just see the diagram of single and multi-threaded process. There are multiple threads. See, each in multiple thread, each thread is having its own stack, its own register. However, they share code, data, and files. But I'm saying again, I'm putting emphasis on this, that multiple threaded process don't share registers and stack. Each and every thread is having a separate register and a separate stack. Now this is the difference of single and multi-threaded process. Now we come to benefits. What is the benefit? Responsiveness, resource sharing. Resource sharing occurs in multiple threads, multi-threaded. Economy and utilization of multi-threaded process architecture. We should know that actually there are two types of thread. One is user level thread, another is kernel level thread. What is user level thread? User level threads are small and much faster than kernel level thread. They are represented by a they are represented by a program counter, stack, register, and a small process control block. Also, user level threads are small and much faster than kernel level thread. Also, there is no kernel involvement in synchronization for user level thread. The user level threads are implemented by user and the kernel is not aware of the existence of this thread. It handles them as if they were single threaded process. Next is user thread. Thread management done by user level thread library. Three primary thread libraries are POSIX pthreads, Win32 threads, Java threads. Then we will learn about multi-threading. Multi-threading is the ability of an operating system to manage its use by more than one user at a time and to even manage multiple requests by the same user without having to have multiple copies of the program running in the computer. This is multi-threading. Advantages of multi-threading. Some of the advantages of multi-threaded process are as follows. All the threads of a process share its resource such as memory, data, files, etc. A single application can have different threads within the same address space using resource sharing. It is more economical to use threads as they share the process resource. Comparatively, it is more expensive and time consuming to create processes as they require more memory and resources. Program responsiveness allows a program to run even if part of it is blocked using multi-threading. This can also be done if the process is performing a lengthy operation. Next one is, in a multiprocessor architecture, each thread can run on a different processor in parallel using multi-threading. This increases concurrency of the system. Thus, this is in direct contrast to a single processor system where only one process or thread can run on a processor at a time. Now we should learn that there are some disadvantages of multi-threaded process also. What are the disadvantages? Some of the disadvantages of multi-threaded process are multi-threaded processes are quite complicated. Coding of these can only be handled by expert programmer. Next is, it is difficult to handle concurrency in multi-threaded process. This may lead to complications and future problems. Next is, third one is, identification and correction of error is much more difficult in multi-threaded process as compared to single threaded process, because since a multi-threaded process, so we need to identify, checking should be done in extensive manner to identification of the error, and also the removal of the error takes a lot of time. Now different multi-threading models are there. One is many to one, and next is one to one, and third is many to many. So these are three models, multi-threading models: one to one, many to many, and many to one. These are many to one model. Many to one model, only one kernel thread is there, and then from one many threads are there. Many threads are appearing, or many threads come up from only one thread. Now one to one model, only one thread appears, from one kernel thread is there and one user thread is there. in many to one model, I want to say that the many to one model maps many user level thread to one kernel thread. Thread management is done by the thread library in user space, so it is efficient, but the entire process will block if a thread makes a blocking system call. Also, because only one thread can access the kernel at a time, multiple threads are unable to run in parallel on microprocessors. Then one-to-one model. The one-to-one model maps each user thread to a kernel thread. It provides more concurrency than the many-to-one model by allowing another thread to run when a thread makes a blocking system call. It also allows multiple threads to run in parallel on multiprocessors. The only drawback to this model is that creating a user thread requires creating the corresponding kernel thread. Because the overhead of creating kernel thread can burden the performance of an application, most implementations of this model restrict the number of threads supported by the system. Linux, along with the family of Windows operating system, implement this one-to-one model. That means Linux as well as family of Windows operating system, they follow this one-to-one model. Now, many-to-many model. The many-to-many model in many user level threads to a smaller or equal number of kernel threads. The number of kernel threads may be specific to either a particular application or a particular machine, whereas the many to one model allows the developer many to one model allows the developer to create as many threads as one wishes. True concurrency is not gained because the kernel can schedule only one thread at a time. Thanks for watching this lecture. Hope this is useful in gaining the information about the type of threads.